What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global back here with another video, and I know I already have 1,010,000,000 more videos to post on the guys that the Patriots have drafted. There is a lot of videos. I go as in-depth as I can with each of those videos, so they are some lengthy videos for some of them, so I'm still working on getting them up. But with breaking news, the New England Patriots have finalized a trade that will send tight end Jacob Hollister to the Seattle Seahawks for a 2027th round pick. Jacob Hollister was one of those guys that the Patriots brought in as an undrafted free agent post-draft, and he really just made a name for himself. Obviously, they were known as the Hollister brothers, as Cody Hollister was a wide receiver for the Patriots. He never worked out, had trouble staying healthy just like his brother Jacob Hollister did. But Jacob Hollister, going into his first preseason game with the Patriots, he ended up catching 7 passes for 116 yards against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then his first career catch in the regular season was against the New Orleans Saints, where he got his first catch that went for 7 yards. But obviously, he wasn't much of a factor, too much for the Patriots. He was really the third tight end on the Patriots depth chart. It went Rob Gronkowski, Dwayne Allen, and then Jacob Hollister. But Jacob Hollister's time with the Patriots really was all but exciting. This was a guy that when it came to the offseason, when it came to workouts, minicamp, training camp, this guy was a beast. And I remember making a video. I don't even think I made a video. I had the thumbnail ready. I still have the thumbnail. I just never actually made the video for him. But this guy was a standout in training camp for pretty much every season he was with the Patriots, but more specifically last offseason with the Patriots. When it came to training camp, this guy was a beast. He was going at it. And then, again, he made the 53-man roster for the, second consecutive season? And a lot of us fans thought that this was the year that Jacob Hollister was finally going to be a factor. He was a huge factor in training camp. You heard nothing but good things about him during training camp. But just like always, Jacob Hollister had a very hard time staying healthy. He had that one game against the Jags this past season where he had a few catches and he showed what he is made of, but that was the only time. And he had times to really show what he was made of because of that period of time where Dwayne Allen was hurt. The Patriots should have put Jacob Hollister on the injured reserve way sooner than they did, but obviously they waited a little while and they ended up putting Jacob Hollister on the injured reserve, which freed up that spot for Steven Anderson. He's a guy that brought really good build. He's 6'5", 245 pounds, so he is a big guy. He came in for the Patriots at times more during that goal line back type of set, came in more as a blocker. They didn't really utilize him too much in the passing game, but that's more when they had a lot of depth ahead of him. But when there was times that he could come in to serve as an actual role, he couldn't because he was injured. All in all, the Patriots' tight end depth gets even thinner. And I think because of that, there's going to be some people that do not like this move, people that were high on Jacob Hollister. People are going to say this was Jacob Hollister's year, but we cannot say that this is Jacob Hollister's year every year and just wait for that statement to be true. He has the ability to do something. He has the ability to be someone, and he has proved that. He hasn't necessarily proved that in the regular season. Like I said, he's only had a few catches in the regular season, but in the few catches we've seen from the regular season and from the training camp performance we've seen from the preseason games we've seen, he can be something, but he cannot stay healthy. And again, going back to the Patriots' depth at tight end, there was just no way that they were going to keep everyone on that depth chart. They are not going to keep Austin Seferian-Jenkins, Matt Lacoste, Ryan Izzo, Steven Anderson, and the new tight end that they just drafted. So, in the end, they were going to end up releasing a few of those tight ends. Jacob Hollister was most likely going to be one of those just because he cannot stay healthy. I don't know how many seasons that the Patriots are going to keep him on the roster because they're not going to keep 4 tight ends on the roster. It's always going to be 3 at most, and I would have been surprised if the Patriots kept him due to his lack of being able to stay healthy. So because they were actually able to get something out of him, they were able to get a future 7th round pick out of him, I definitely call this a win. And from the Seahawks point of view, this isn't even bad for them because at the most, you're giving up a 7th rounder. This is a guy who has value to be able to do something. It's just that he can't stay healthy. And maybe they'll use him in a way that the Patriots didn't. Maybe they'll value him a little bit more than the Patriots did. But in the end, he will not be able to do anything unless he stays healthy. But if he stays healthy, then I could see the Seahawks actually using him. And honestly, I wish nothing but the best for Jacob Hollister. I like Jacob Hollister. It sucks that he was not able to actually provide for the Patriots in the way that he could have because of not being able to stay healthy. But in the end, this is a business, and the Patriots are trying to win Super Bowls. I think we have not seen the Patriots being done yet when it comes to adding to this team. I still think trades are still very high up. I've heard a few names tight end wise regarding the Patriots and trade wise, but that's a video I will get into later. But the Hollister time in New England is done. What are your guys' thoughts on the Patriots trading Jacob Hollister to the Seattle Seahawks for a 2027th round pick? Let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you guys like and subscribe. This helps me, the channel, and even you guys out very, very, very much. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows we got the Patriots Global family. And other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.